Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Panthers, a freshman center, number 1, Idris. A sophomore outside hitter, number 6, Joe Higgins. A sophomore right side hitter, number 8, Jeremiah Hunt. A senior middle blocker, number 10, Thomas Plonka. A senior defensive specialist, number 12, Messiah Funagoshi. A sophomore outside hitter, number 14, Chris Osalico. And the Panthers libero is a senior, number 2, Andreo Oteniano. Head coach Ryan Holt, the assistant coach Evan Bigham, and the student assistant Leah Bickley. Now tonight's starting lineup for your Baruch College Bearcats. A junior backside hitter, number 2, Andrew Soros. A senior outside hitter, number 3, Stephen Lopez. A sophomore center, number 7, Stallone Shankar. A senior right side hitter, number 11, Art Tenzington. And junior middle hitter, number 16, Evan Tuckus. And junior middle hitter, number 17, Eddie Rocher. And the Bearcats libero, freshman number 9, Rapsang Hendrickson. Head coach, Luke, is 14, Kevin Edwards, and the assistant coach, Christy Encarnacion. Now let's play ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to another edition of Baruch Men's Volleyball here between your Baruch College Bearcats and the SUNY Purchase Panthers. I am Brian Flannery. I am joined by men's volleyball alumni Jacob Rudin. And Jake, looks like we got another good one here today.
Yeah, Brian. Tuesday night, Arc Arena. No place I'd rather be at 6 p.m.
Me and you both. So the Bearcats coming into this one after sweeping the tri-match here at home on Saturday. So hopefully they are able to carry some of that momentum in. Coming in with a record of 13-6, 5-0 within the conference. And SUNY Purchase coming in 6-8 overall, but 4-1 within the Skyline Conference.
A battle of two maybe potential NCAA teams as if they can each win their conference, get that automatic bid into the tournament.
So just like that, we are underway. And that's going to be a quick first point for the Panthers.
A bump set by number 2, the libero, Andreo Ontinano, the senior outside hitter from Mamaroneck, New York.
So Idris will drop back to serve.
Outside ball to Stephen Lopez, tipped over the double block. Handled by Purchase. They lost it in the ceiling a bit. Some confusion as to who should send that ball over, Brian.
Now Shankar is going to set Tacos, who tips over the front row. Looks like it's going to be a
Bearcat point on the blocking error by SUNY Purchase. Looks like number 10, the middle blocker, was into the net there, Brian.
Yeah, pretty quick call there by the officials. So just like that, we're tied at 1, and Stallone Shankar will drop back to serve.
We've seen a lot of good serving out of Shankar in the past couple games, Brian. Let's see if he can turn it up right here.
Yeah, definitely rallied together some nice service runs. Not only on Saturday, but at earlier points in the season as well. Here's Stephen Lopez looking for the back row. And he'll get it as they're going to call that the ball was off someone.
I think they're calling another net violation. That's the second time Purchase has been in the net this match. Stephen Lopez got bailed out there. Looks like he just got a little bit underneath that ball, Brian. You want to be on top of the ball to get that good high snap.
Yeah, really just trying to utilize your leverage, especially coming from that outside position. SUNY Purchase now working through the middle, and that one angled out of bounds. So that's going to be another Bearcat point.
Just a little bit too much there, a little too much flick of the wrist, and like that, the Bearcats are up to an early 3-1 lead.
Here's Shankar. And that one goes into the top of the net, does not trickle over, so it'll be a Panthers point, and they'll get the ball back to try to tie this thing in three-piece.
And the sophomore 6-foot outside hitter, number 14, Chris Posilico at the line.
Shankar now setting Zinkin, coming from that outside position. Dug in the back row by SUNY Purchase, but a beautiful block there by the Russian Rocket.
Yeah, the Russian Rocket. Access denied there, Brian, on the block by Zinkin and Tacos.
So Steven Lopez will drop back to serve.
The second-year captain for the team.
Coming with a high jump serve, he'll go back row. Now SUNY Purchase coming with the back set, and that one's tooled out of bounds for a Panthers point.
Ooh, but they're calling Panthers under the net, Brian.
Wow, that's the third net violation.
Yeah, the Panthers player landed pretty much completely under the net, and the ball hadn't touched the ground yet, so it's still a live ball, Brian. Bearcat point.
And had they not committed that net violation, Jake, I think it would have been a Purchase point there.
Yeah, that's the second or third time the Bearcats have been bailed out by a center line or a net error on Purchase.
So a couple of blown sets there. Bearcats send over a free ball. Soros tied up at the net, but it's going to be another Bearcat point. Jake, what's the call there?
Looks like the hitter for Purchase hit that ball into the antenna. Couldn't exactly see it from my angle, Brian, but that's what the call is on the court. Bearcat point.
Bearcats up 5-2 as Lopez goes back row to the libero. Cross-court set now. Another nice block by Zinkin. Purchase trying to keep it alive and unable to get it over in three.
Bearcats allowing the lead 7-2.
Lopez on a nice service run here. As he'll go same spot, back row to the libero. This looks like it's going to be a free ball from Purchase. Unable to get that one, and was a little bit more of a down ball there, Jake.
Yeah, I think the Bearcat block caught Purchase sleeping there. No one was expecting the block to go up, but junior middle blocker Evan Taco saw where that ball was, went up and was aggressive and got the point.
And Jake, you know what day of the week it is.
It's Taco Tuesday. We can finally say it, Brian.
Been waiting for that one for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had a good Tuesday home game.
And that's a nice sequence by SUNY Purchase there. Yeah. Able to get the kill is number 8, Jeremiah Hunt. The sophomore right side, outside, out of Bronx, New York.
And now serving number 10, Thomas Slomka.
Back set is Zinkin now.
Oh.
It's a big swing and a big kill for Artem.
Takeoff by the Russian Rocket there, Brian.
It's good to see him back on the court.
That was a little dinged up last week, but looks like he's had some time to recuperate, recover, and rehydrate, and now he's back on the court.
Here's Tacos now serving. He will go back row. Set through the middle for Purchase. They're able to find the Bearcats back rows. It's dug by Lopez. Here's Soros now. 50-50 ball. The dump from Purchase nearly caught the Bearcats sleeping in the back row, but Baruch prevails.
Musayev with the kill. The Moose.
Bearcats now up 10-3. And thus far, it's really been all Baruch.
Well said, Brian. It's been all Baruch to this point. Got bailed out on a couple plays early on by Panther errors, and then since they've just been clinical.
Here's Soros now. Nice block there from Hunt, but the Bearcats are able to dig it. Back set, going same spot, Hunt, and he gets the tool.
Definitely looks like a big option for the Purchase College Panthers is setting their right side. Number 8 has taken a lot of swings thus far. Let's see if they keep going to him later in the match.
So Jeremiah Hunt will now drop back to serve. He's coming with a high jump serve. And just out of bounds there to the right side.
Looks like a little bit of a miss hit there, Brian. That ball came out as a float, even though Jeremiah was going back at the line trying to do a jump top spin.
So that service error will now drop back Artem Zinkin to serve. Artem coming with the look to be like a high jump, but kind of switched up his body and his momentum there.
Yeah, just missed that one. And that's the type of error you can't make, Brian. If you're going to miss, you have to miss giving it your all, not trying to keep the ball in play.
So back-to-back service errors will get the ball back to SUNY Purchase as Justin Alulian will check in.
As well as Defang Han. Baruch is doing the double switch, and they're now running a 6-2, meaning the setter will always be in the back row, and they traded out the front row setter for another hitting option.
And a third consecutive service error.
Hey, let's hope we don't see 4 in a row, Brian.
And again, at this point, if you're SUNY Purchase, you just want some of those conservative style serves just to get over the net and create a volley.
Just get a couple in so you can start clawing back at this Bearcat lead.
And 4 in a row.
Yeah, must be something in the air tonight, Brian.
Number 6, Joe Higgins.
Joe Higgins back at the line, Brian, is a middle. Looks a lot like Michael Higgins from the Bearcats. I wonder if they're related.
Coming in pretty much the same size there. That's a nice serve as Musayev tips it over the front row. Kept alive by Purchase. Now down ball from Alulian. He'll go back row. Ball shot up into the rafters. Kept alive by Purchase, though. Dug by Rabsang. Going to Defang. And Musayev with a nice tip over on 3.
Yeah, it looked like the ball wasn't exactly where Musayev wanted it, but he still adjusted anyway. Nice connection by the junior middle blocker. And with that kill, Musayev's dropping back at the line.
So Musayev coming with that long float serve.
Yeah, and
catches some fingertips in the back row there.
If there's anyone who's going to end the Baruch service error run, it's Manny Musayev, who at one point last season served 25 balls in a row to win a set.
Coming with the same serve, except this time short. Set to that right side, and Hunt looking for a cross court.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward approach there. I have to think the set wasn't where he wanted it. He kind of ran like he was trying to hit a slide, which you don't normally do when you try and hit a D ball. Nonetheless, almost found court with a cut shot. Musayev at the line again. Serves to the same spot.
This time set to the outside. Blocked by the Bearcats. Another nice block there by Tacos. Coming for round 3.
And Tacos has been locked in this rally with his block.
And Lopez with the beautiful tip over the front row.
Yeah, real smart play there by the senior captain for the Bearcats, Steven Lopez. And also phenomenal blocking that rally by Evan Tacos.
And it looks like it's going to be a SUNY Purchase timeout here as they talk it over. Bearcats leading 16-6, set number 1.
We'll be right back. And we're back, Brian. Manny Musayev at the line as the Bearcats lead 16-6.
And Musayev coming with a series of float serves, but it's definitely been giving Purchase some issues as Bearcats go back to Alulian. That's a nice block there by number 10, Thomas Slomka. The senior middle blocker out of Orchard Park, New York.
And now the Panthers trail 7-16 as they look to string together some points here late in the first set.
Is that where the Bills play, Jake?
Not sure, Brian. I'm a Jersey boy. I know where MetLife is. I know
where I know you got some ties to Canada.
Yeah, I know where the New Jersey Jets and the New Jersey Giants play, but I'm not sure about the Buffalo Bills.
We're getting back to action here. Big kill there out of Steven Lopez. Bearcats now back up by 10.
And now Stallone Shankar is subbing back into the game. Coming to set in the back row, and I have to think Defang Han will be left in as a right side front row hitter here,
So Shankar goes back row to the libero. That ball shoots
Off
right
the
up off the
rafters.
rafters, and that is what we call the home court advantage, Jake.
That is, Brian. You have to think eventually teams are going to come in with the scouting report that there's a low-hanging rafter they need to adjust to. As we've seen that impede a lot of balls these past 3 or 4 matches in the arc arena.
Yeah, because you'll just be in the middle of your sequence or even just going up in your approach, and then suddenly that ball just comes shooting down, and it's really hard to adjust to on the fly.
And that's why it's so important to never take your eye off the ball, Brian, because you never know where it's going to hit.
It's
And a slight little mental lapse in judgment like that, you'll completely lose it if it gets caught in the rafter.
Yeah, that's a great point. So now Stallone Shankar will continue a service run as the Bearcats are closing in on set number 1. Set through the outside. And that's another kill for Jeremiah Hunt, who looks to be the centerpiece of this Panther offense.
Yeah, it looks like the player they want to put everything through. And now Panthers trail 8-19.
And that's going to be service ace.
Yeah, the flow came in just a little too hot for Andrew Soros there. Off his hands and out of bounds. Ace by number 14, Chris Posilico.
Out of Bayshore, New York. And he comes back, similar spot, this time dug by Rabsang.
Oh,
Defang, nice tip over the front row, kept alive by SUNY Purchase.
putting the ambidextrousness on display. Is that a word, Brian?
Yep. Now it's going to be a free ball from Soros. Nice ball set to Hunt there. And it's going to be another SUNY Purchase point.
And now that's a replay, Brian.
And
looks like the ball was kicked up by the Purchase defender, and the Bearcats told the ref, yeah, that happened. That wasn't a block. That's a replay.
going same spot. Down ball from Soros.
Oh, real tough swing, and very tough to hit the ball when it's coming over from behind you on your back right shoulder.
Yeah, especially in that rotation, too.
Now as the match feels a little out of, this set feels a little out of hand for the Bearcats. They are putting in some fresh legs to get some experience in this out-of-conference game. The freshman outside hitter from China gets served right when he comes into the game.
And that's a good serve, but the Bearcats just able to hang on as that ball nearly shot out of bounds. Lopez coming with a nicely timed tip. Free ball from Purchase. Shankar back set to Rabsang. Decided which hand he wanted to go with. Now it's Purchase. Ball trickles over.
Kept alive by Lopez.
But yeah, great dig there by Lopez.
A real aggressive.
And I'd say that's a live ball, Jake. It
looked live from my angle, Brian, but none of the Bearcat players are asking for that point, so I have to assume the ball just hit the net.
Serves going to the same spot there. Here's Defang Han. Tipped off some hands in the front row. Kept alive. Back set now to Hunt. And I can't tell if that was a double block or into the net, but regardless, the Bearcats get the point.
We'll call it a block on the stats. Let's give a block assist to Defang Han and Evan Tacos there, but that very well could have been a ball that got hit into the net. Lopez at the line now. High swing off the hands. Big attack for Lopez.
That's going to be a point for the Bearcats there.
Not sure if that was a double call or an under the net call. Regardless, Bearcat point as they now lead 21-11 in the first set of play tonight.
Here's Lopez. He'll go back row libero. Tough set there, so it's going to be free ball from Purchase. Now Defang Han coming with the left. Tip it over the front row. Kind of a, what would you call that, Jake?
Yeah, a little cut shot maybe. I think Defang was just trying to keep that ball in play, and that's all he did there, but sometimes that's all you need to do to get the point, Brian.
Here's Lopez again. That one into the middle of the net. And
I have to think about half the points right now for the Panthers are on Baruch College service areas. Something you definitely want as the coach for your team to clean up in the second set.
Yeah, especially in a tighter game. You don't have that window to play with.
Exactly, Brian. Well said.
Good serve there out of SUNY Purchase, but nice set there for Evan Tacos, and pretty easy kill once you give him enough leverage.
Evan Tacos executes the back one. And look for the combination right now of the Panthers.
And that's going to be another service error for the Bearcats. So
Has to be
that's
number 6
really
or 7
kept
for the match this far.
Yeah, that's really kept SUNY Purchase alive here in a match that's been largely Baruch from the start. Here's Jeremiah Hunt now. And that one trickles over the tape and lands inbounds for the service ace. But definitely out the hand, didn't necessarily look like.
Yeah, it don't look like Hunt got all of that ball, but you don't always need to get all of it, Brian.
Hunt coming back, looking for the other side. This time commits a service error. So this is set point now for Baruch.
As Baruch looks to lock up the first set by getting this point and winning 25-14.
And let's see if they can do that. Devang Han coming with the southpaw. He'll go back row. Cross-court set for SUNY Purchase. That one way out of bounds. And Baruch takes set number 1 by a score of 25-14. We'll be back in 3 minutes for set number 2. Stay with us.
And starting off set 2, Stallone Shankar at the line. Bearcats won set 1 in commanding fashion, 25-14. We have the stat sheet here, folks. There was 5 service errors by the Bearcats, with only 1 service ace. Definitely something the Cats are going to look to try and clean up in the second set.
And Baruch jumps out to an early first point. And it looks like that was number 4, Sonam Dorji, getting the kill there.
Stallone at the line, serves the purchase libero, bump set to the outside. Oh, an overpass put away by the Russian rocket, Artem Zinkin, Brian.
It looks like you just punched that one out of the sky, basically.
Yeah, most of the time you hit it with an open hand, but you're allowed to use a fist if you want, Brian. And like that, Shankar's back at the line for his 3rd serve of the match. Bearcats lead 2-0. 3rd serve of the set, rather. An attack error by the Purchase College Panthers as Stallone is still at the line as the Bearcats lead 3-0. Ooh, and just too much there. Stallone Shankar has a service error. Bearcats lead 3-1. Another service error, Brian. You have to wonder if there's something in the balls tonight that is making them land outside the court.
I mean, this is an uncharacteristic amount of...
Possibly reverse deflate game. Are they a little overinflated? Who knows?
Here's Dorji.
Oh, and almost kept alive. Valiant effort by the Bearcats to keep that ball up, but a little too late as the Panthers secure the point. One ball to the freshman middle, David Sorenko, and he executes with the kill. Bearcats lead 5-2 as freshman middle blocker Michael Higgins checks back into the game. Higgins really found his stride in the last match against York College. Let's see if he can keep building on that positive energy he brought to the court.
And that's a service ace.
Bearcats lead 6-2.
Another nice serve there.
Outside ball for the Panthers. Oh, and just tooled out. Bearcat players thought that ball might have hit the attacker on his way down, but no call, says the refs and the line judge. Panthers point on the purchase tool. And Michael Higgins picks up where he left off, Brian. Another kill by the freshman middle blocker. And again, the double switch for the Bearcats as they are transitioning to play a 6-2. Defeng Han into set for Artem Zinkin. And Leon Petrotsky into hit right side for Stallone Shankar. Defeng Han at the line. Ooh.
And I think that's a pretty clear double.
Yeah, pretty clear double.
But even if he didn't double,
that ball would have been out.
Exactly.
Not the best set the Purchase Collar Panther setter has had this far. D-ball blocked by the Bearcats. Another D-ball for the Panthers. This one slips through. And number 8 gets the kill, the leading attacker for his team, Jeremiah Hunt. I believe that's his 5th or 6th kill of the match, Brian. And number 4 is now the court captain for the Baruch College Bearcats. And kill by the freshman right side, Petrovitsky. As Alulian drops back to the line, the freshman outside hitter, but has really played almost every position this season for the Bearcats.
Yeah, it's really good to see Justin get that kind of experience, especially in his freshman year, to be that big and also that versatile.
Well said, Brian. Well said. Oh, and Higgins with the block. Throws up the Nate Chin finger, his signature celebration. And he has not missed a beat from the last time he was on the court. He's really been playing with some fire this season, Brian.
Definitely has, and it's been a spark plug for this really young Bearcats team.
And another Panthers hitting error. Bearcats are off to an early 11-4 lead in the second set. Ooh, and that didn't look like a block. That looked like the ball just went into the net, but we'll see with the statisticians how they rule that, Brian. Alulian still at the line for the Bearcats as he's now switching up the angle he's going to be serving from. Outside ball to Dorji, kept alive by the Panthers.
And looks like that one's out of bounds.
Ooh, just out of bounds, but a real nice aggressive swing by number 8, Jeremiah Hunt, to try and get the kill on that ball. You have to love the effort that kid's coming at the ball with, Brian. Another back set by the Panthers. They look to pick on Dorji's smaller block.
As that one goes shooting into the bleachers. About 10 rows up there.
And Alulian still at the line now.
And Jake, I think it might be that time in the broadcast where we can just say it, but the Cats are rolling here.
Yeah, the Cats have definitely been rolling, Brian. Just like the Baruch College baseball Bearcats.
Yep, finished up with a good Florida trip.
Yeah, what was their record at the end of that Florida trip, Brian?
I believe 5-3, but...
And another block from Higgins as the team does the Michael Higgins, pointing up to the sky with one finger. Higgins giving Musayev a run for his money on a best blocker on the Bearcats this season. Going to be real interesting to watch how that matchup develops. Ooh, and a little late there as Higgins and Petrovitsky couldn't get the block. Panthers point. A little Higgins on Higgins action. The Higgins for the Panthers is now back at the line. I've been told there's no relation to Baruch Bearcat Michael Higgins. And like that, Baruch Higgins is back at the line. Bearcats lead 16-5. Higgins keeps it in. Free ball by the Panthers on the air. Bearcat point as the Bearcats now lead 17-5. Ooh, and after that first strong serve, the air by Higgins, Bearcats lead 17-6 as number 1 drops back to the line for the Panthers, Idris.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of cool names here. And that's another kill there for David Serchenko.
And now the double switch again as Stallone Shankar and Artem, the Russian Rocket Zinkin, check back into the game. Almost forgot they were even on the court because of such a long service run by Alulian. Served down the line by Shankar.
And nice block there by, I'm going to call that a double block, Jake,
Yeah,
but I want to...
That's a double block by the Russian Rocket and David Sharenko. Doesn't matter who touches the ball. All that matters is that they both go up, and that'll be a double block on the stats, Brian. Shankar at the line again. Serves the purchase libero. Oh, and Sharenko saw Michael Higgins go on a blocking run, and David wants a piece of the action himself. Good block by number 6. Bearcats lead 20-6. Another good serve by And let's call that an ace.
I'll call that an ace every day, Jake.
Bearcats lead 21-6 as the Panthers couldn't corral that first touch. Ooh, and another kill by Jeremiah Hunt, the leading attacker for the Panthers. He's done that all season, Brian. They don't seem like they want to shy away from it now. Panthers trail 7-21. And another service error. Bearcats now lead 22-7. Dorgia at the line.
And pretty clear double there once again.
As Bearcats now lead 23-7, Brian. I think if there ever was any doubt in the gym, it's gone now. The Bearcats are rolling.
Yep. So they are closing in on set point as they need just 2 more. Another beautiful double block there. This time kept alive by Purchase. Ball floating around, 4 touches, and that's going to be another Bearcat point.
Yeah, that'll be a solo block by Sorenchko there. Set point for the Bearcats as they lead 24-7. Ooh, as Dorji gave that all he had, ripping a jump serve on set point. Dug by Shankar. Set to the right side by Dorji, tipped by Zinkin. And the tip does it. Bearcats lead 25-7 as they come into the third set with a 2-0 lead. We'll be right back.
So we are back here live for set number 3. Baruch took the first 2 sets in relatively commanding fashion, Jake.
Exactly, Brian. They took the first set 25-14 and the second set 25-7. We're following that math. The Baruch Bearcats are going to take this third set 25-3 or round up to 4.
You'd love to see it, but they're already on their way to doing so with a big kill coming from Steven Lopez. So Stallone Shankar will drop back to serve. Here's Hunt now, looking for that back row. Perch is calling for fingertips. The officials didn't see him.
Perch has seen a lot of touches that haven't happened tonight, Brian.
Here's Shankar.
Nice aggressive serve down the line.
Back set now for Purchase.
Well, it looks like a little substitution. Number 2 started the game at libero.
Yeah, I just noticed that change there, Jake. Looks like they actually have a few liberos.
Oh, and Bearcats caught sleeping on that tip out of the middle. Purchase College point as they now trail 1-2.
And Jake, just a little volleyball history lesson. Explain really what the difference is and being a libero, what that means.
All right, well, the libero follows different rules substitution-wise and can come in for 2 different players in the court. The only rule about that is that the libero can only play in the back row. They don't count towards your substitution numbers, and they can't set the ball and from the 10-foot line, and they also can't serve in the men's game. But that's a slight differentiation in the rules because in the women's game, the libero is allowed to serve.
That's a very, very informative history lesson there as Baruch gets the point.
As that's Bearcat point as that ball didn't touch the Bearcat block, went off the net and hit the antenna. Purchase doesn't believe it, but sometimes that ball just takes wacky bounces off the net, and that's what happened right there.
Here's Steven Lopez now. He'll go back row to libero. Set through the middle, Purchase. Just able to get that one over. Here's Rabsang. Blocked at the net by Purchase. Coming back again.
And DeFang gets the kill there.
Yes, DeFang.
DeFang Han with the execution. Missed the first time, but then made Purchase pay for giving him another chance.
And again, you saw him really in good positioning there, and he was able to get that leverage and put it away pretty easily. And that's a beautiful double block there
by DeFang Han and David Sharenko. Bearcats lead 6-1. Lopez still at the line. Well, that's an overpass. Put away by the freshman middle blocker, David Sharenko. Good aggressive serve there by Steven Lopez to set that up. Bearcats lead 7-1.
Lopez coming back row again. Purchase looking to get some offense going here. Cross court set. And that'll do.
Kill by number 1, Kinkin Zhang out of China. The freshman outside hitter. Bearcats now lead 8-1 behind a strong service run by Steven Lopez. And another good aggressive serve by Lopez as Purchase is forced to bump set their hitter. Kept alive.
And it looks like a joust here. And Purchase is going to get the best of that one. That is number 10, Thomas Slomka.
Yeah, it looks like the Bearcats are just on their heels a little bit at the end of that rally. Panthers point as they now trail 2-8.
Shankar setting Surchenko through the middle. Kept alive by Purchase. Big swing there to Hunt, but that's a beautiful block by Surchenko to answer right back.
And the Bearcats are doing what they've historically done, which is just put on a blocking clinic, Brian.
Yeah, they really are. And if they keep up this momentum, Jake, it should be a pretty quick 3 sets here.
As a Bearcat fan, you have to hope, Brian.
Here's Surchenko. And that's going to be a service ace.
I think that's the second ace of the night.
Yes, it is his second service ace of the match.
And timeout Panthers as the Bearcats lead 10-2 in the third set. We'll be right back. And the Cats take the floor now, leading 10-2 behind a couple good serves from the freshman middle blocker, Serenchko. Another bump set for the Panthers. They try and find a rhythm. And Musayev with the block.
But yeah, SUNY Purchase coming over that ball on 2 or 3, I believe, and Musayev right there at the net to greet it.
Said thank you and put that ball away.
Especially had a ton of separation.
The Moose, Musayev.
And that one out for Surchenko.
And now number 8 back at the line, Jeremiah Hunt.
Coming with the high jump, rolls over the tape. Shankar
to Defang Han. Kept alive by the Panthers, but once that ball passes the bench, you can't pursue it. Bearcat point, even though they didn't get 3 touches on it.
Yeah, a lot of good effort there, especially late.
Late in this match, leaving it all in the courts is what the Panthers are known to do, Brian. And you quite frankly love to see it as a volleyball fan, that amount of effort to chase down a 3rd touch.
You really just can't teach that, Jake.
Can't teach heart.
Here's Defang now. Come with the southpaw. He'll go back row. Nice sequence there from SUNY Purchase as they're able to pull away with the kill.
Purchase point as the Panthers now trail 4-12.
Back row, back set,
Musayev.
Musayev.
And
another beautiful tip.
Oh, and the tip finds the ground as some of the Panthers defenders collided there. Bearcat point. Luckily none of them are hurt. They're all getting up smiling about it. Now the Bearcats make a sub. They're taking out senior captain Steven Lopez. And coming in relief, number 11, the freshman transfer student Carlos Rodriguez.
Float serve, back row now. Ball nearly hits the rafters. Looks like Purchase was anticipating it. Back set.
Oh, and
for Defang, looking for that southpaw. Just unfortunately a little bit too low into his approach at that point.
Exactly. Ball into the net. Panthers trail 5-13.
So again, I feel like the Bearcats are really one big run away from putting this thing.
They definitely have all the momentum at this point in the match, Brian.
And
especially after a Panthers service error.
Once again, we're seeing a lot of service errors, not only coming from Purchase, but also the Bearcats. So if you're Baruch, you really just want to limit that throughout the rest of this match because, you know, in a much closer contested set, that will kind of burn you down the stretch.
Well, so some of the Bearcats definitely want to focus on when they close out the set, just serving smart.
And that's a beautiful, once again, Bearcats putting on a blocking clinic as that is a double block from Surchenko and Rodriguez.
Can't block much better than that, Brian.
So Manny Musayev will drop back to serve, and if he can go on one of his service runs, that should just about do it here. He'll go back row libero. High cross-court set. Rolling off some hands in the front row. Surchenko unable to get that block, and that's going to be a SUNY Purchase kill.
Bearcats lead 15-6. And some fresh legs in for the Panthers. Number 5, Andre Vasquez is in the game. And I heard the coach talking, and number 2 is going to stay in the front row and set for the Panthers.
Shankar going cross-court to Rodriguez, and that's a kill.
Now Rodriguez has been very good all season, coming off the bench and bringing some fire and executing. That's exactly what he did there, as Idris checks back in for the Panthers to set, as the serving sub comes off the court. And back at the line for the Bearcats, Stallone Shankar.
And Shankar coming with an aggressive serve. You can't really blame him for it at this point in the match, but unfortunately that one hits kind of 3/4 up the way of the net and stays on the Bearcats' side.
Panthers point.
Float serve now mishandled by the back row, but Shankar able to recover and finds Rodriguez for a tool.
He's 2 for 2 right now, Brian. And now Rodriguez drops back to serve. Rodriguez at the line. Bearcats lead 17-7.
He'll come with the high jump. That's a really good serve. Let's go back row to libero. Tipped over the front row, and Purchase.
Yeah, caught the Bearcats on their heels there. Real smart tip by the Panthers. Bearcats lead 17-8. Looks like another serving sub in for the Panthers here. Nick Perez-Schrader from Madrid, Spain.
Come with the high float. Oserchenko coming in with some steam.
And a great 31 run off the net there. Perfect execution by the Bearcats there. Tough to stop that. Cats lead 18-8. He's had a couple aces already at the night. Let's see if number 6 can string together another couple here. Oh, looks like an early toss as the whistle never got blown. Got saved by that. Looks like he was ready to serve off the subbing whistle, but he'll get a chance to redo that. 6 back at the line. Bearcats lead 18-8.
Another nice serve there. As pretty fancy move to keep that ball alive. Now some hands in the front row. Shankar. And that's going to be a Bearcat tool.
A tool imported all the way from Guangdong, China. Kin Zhang with the kill, the freshman outside hitter. Executing as the Bearcats are now up 19-8 in the third set. Nice serve by Serchenko again.
And that's the move Hunt was looking for earlier. Kind of going up like he was going back row, but instead going for that cross-court shot.
And when the Panthers needed it most, their leading scorer, Jeremiah Hunt, comes in and executes. He now drops back to the line as the Panthers trail by 10.
That one goes back row, dub by Rabsang. Set through the middle to Musayev, and the Moose is loose.
Yeah, the Moose is definitely loose tonight, Brian. You're used to seeing him do that. He's been very effective all season on that quick middle. One ball. And that drops Defeng Han back at the line. Bearcats need 5 points to send the Panthers back home.
And let's see, service ace here for Defeng. That was about as high of a jump serve.
Yeah, as you can have, but that ball, gravity brings everything down, Brian. That ball fell into the court for an ace at 9.8 meters per second squared.
Someone remembers their physics. As same thing, but
just a little long.
Sorry, did the line official? The officials called that one.
Yeah, the officials called it out. That's the right call. That ball was barely out. Bearcats lead 21-10 in the third set of action tonight.
So Shankar.
Ooh, when they run the combination, gets snuffed out by the Panthers. Blocked by Joe Higgins.
So dug in the back ball right by Rabsang. Then Shankar with another beautiful set to Musayev. And Musayev
with another kill as the Cats now lead 22-11. Looking to push a quick 3 points here to end their night.
Back set for Purchase. Looking for another cross-court shot. Nice dig there by Defeng. Here's Rodriguez. Dug in the back row by Purchase.
Ooh, and Musayev caught a little late on the block there. Didn't fully penetrate and got tooled. Bearcats lead 22-12.
It's a kill for number 2, Andrea Otiniano. Nice serve there. Musayev just a little bit underneath that one, as you could see, into his approach.
The first ball he didn't execute on all night, Brian. Musayev's been clinical, just wasn't quite there on that swing.
That one looked like it was going to be a service ace, and it is.
Great effort by Musayev to chase that ball onto the bench, but unfortunately the Bearcats couldn't corral that touch.
So Joe Higgins gets the service ace as SUNY Purchase is not going down without a fight, Jake.
Yeah, they're going out swinging, Brian. They've strung a couple good points together late in this third set.
And that one really close there, but that one's going to go to the Bearcats.
Just out, Brian. That looked very close. Cannot see definitively from here, but we'll have to trust the officiating staff. Bearcats lead 23-14.
So now Musayev will drop back and serve. Looking for 2 more points here. He'll go with the float serve. Set through the middle for Purchase. Played by Baruch.
Outside ball to Rodriguez.
And
that's a kill.
It's going to be a Baruch point. So, Jake, this is match point.
Yeah, folks, assuming the Bearcats get this point, we'll see you again on Friday when the Bearcats host Wentworth out of Massachusetts at 6 p.m. sharp. We look forward to you tuning in then.
And as always, we appreciate all of our viewers tuning in from all parts of the world. As this one is not over, though. As Musayev sets Shankar, the roles are reversed.
You don't see that very often, Brian. And a very long rally. We might have called this game too early.
And Rodriguez puts that one away, and Baruch takes this one 3-0.
We'll see you folks on Friday.
So for Brian Flannery and Jacob Rudin, thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you Friday. Have a good night.
Roll Cats.